was going to say, outside of Bob Miller. Huh? The ecstasy of gold. All right. I'll find a point in the broadcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Oregon Panthers boys hockey. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth, first time in a long time, first time since COVID, in fact, by my partner, Dan Graychuk. Dan, it is so great to be back with you for another Panthers hockey game.
It is absolutely amazing to be back here, and it's okay to be back with you. I mean, it's okay.
We'll tolerate it.
It's been a minute.
It's been far too long. It's great to be back. Oregon Panthers coming off of their most successful season in school history, made it all the way to the state final game against New Richmond. Fell 5-1 in that game, but you and I watched it on TV. It was a heck of a contest. And boy, how about this team? 13-11 in the regular season. You know, not a bad season, but not the greatest season we've ever had. Came alive in the playoffs, go through 6 straight, fall in the state championship, but a tremendous performance in the postseason.
Yeah, it really was. They were a solid team, you know, a little bit above 500 going through the regular season, but when they got into the playoffs, they just turned it on, riding an amazing goaltending streak, and your goaltender needs to be your best in the playoffs, and they were just amazing all the way across.
Phenomenal stuff. We're going to get the intro of the Panthers now. Stay tuned. You're listening to Oregon Panthers boys hockey on OCA Media. everybody, it is time to get ready for another Panther hockey season. Dan, this team had a lot of success last year in the postseason. They also had a lot of success in the regular season, but it was in kind of an uneven fashion. 95 goals for, 78 goals against, a plus 17 goal differential, but that only translated to a record of 13 and 11. And I bet if we told Coach Larry Clemens at the start of the season, you're going to have a plus 17 goal differential, he wouldn't say, oh, I bet we're only 2 games over 500. So what do you look for in this team on this first game here? How do they convert goals against their opponent into wins against their opponent?
Look, I think at this point they've come out with a lot more confidence. After a season like that, and especially a deep run into the tournament, you get that experience, you get that confidence. But this is going to be kind of tight for them to start the season. They've got to find a way to gel. They've got to find a way to recapture what they had. And you know how it is. Rust builds up. That's going to have some time to come off. You're facing a great team from northern Wisconsin. So really, they have to focus on what they know, keep it simple, and really just play well.
We'll tell you a little bit more about their opponent, the Baldwin-Woodville Hawks, as we get going, but we are underway here. 17 minutes per period in the high school game. As we get started in the first period, no one with good control off the faceoff, but Oregon now able to make entry, and we got a whistle for an offsides violation. So just 11 seconds in, we'll have our first stoppage of the night. And as we talked about, Baldwin-Woodville, the team they're playing way up near the St. Croix River, close to the Minnesota border. They've got a lot of interesting opponents that we'll talk about a little bit later. They win the faceoff back to their own zone, and it is their captain, Brennan Sanders, who controls things. Tries an outlet pass, picked off. Oregon down low to the 5-hole, and it is covered up. That time by goalie Landon Veenendahl. Nice little play, kind of take what they're given here.
Yeah, Jakey just ran out of real estate coming in deep through the slot on a nice pickoff right in the middle. They just couldn't get, he didn't get the look he wanted. I think he'd want that one back again.
Face-off in the near side of the Hawks zone. That face-off shipped toward Oregon, now all the way up the boards, fired back down. The Panthers will try and chase it down there. Rimmed around to the near side, and that's held by Brock Buskogger of Oregon. Dropped into the center, but the Hawks have it, chip it toward the blue line, and it bounces clear. It's going to head all the way back up into Panthers territory. Getting after it is Karasek for Oregon. Passes across, a little confusion in the center, but now Jakey, the leading scorer of the last 2 seasons for Oregon, stripped of the puck and sent back out. 16-16 to go in the scoreless first period. Panthers at their home opener, their season opener, against the Baldwin-Woodville Hawks here in D2 action in the WIAA. Panthers near the far point, drop it down low, looking to set something up, rim hard, and a backwards angle. I thought it was a rim, it wasn't. It's off the back of the goalie, and in the Panthers are on the board. Not even 1 minute into this season, and the Panthers strike first. I believe it was Andrew Jakey that put that one in.
And that was from an impossible angle, and I think everybody lost sight of the puck. You could definitely tell that Veenendahl thought he had it covered, and it just kind of rolled through. And again, I think it was one of the great refs we have here in the WIA. Watch it go across. So great start for the Panthers.
Outstanding for Oregon. 59 seconds into the first period. Let's get the call. Andrew Jakey with the score. Shervin with the assist. So the Panthers take an early 1-0 lead here with 15:43 to go in this first period. Nice little clearing pass. That one may go long. The hand up for icing, and that will be the call. We'll get another stoppage here. Outstanding. I was sure he was trying to rim that to the defender on the opposite side. Instead, he puts in a negative angle shot and bounces it off the back of Veenendahl.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. And on that shift, Jakey had 2 good looks. He had that one that kind of came in. He ran out of room, got another chance. And again, that's just a good, smart goal scorer's play.
Face off in the Panther zone after the icing call. Hawks have it in the low corner, try to send it up the boards. Instead, it's Oregon that moves things out. Hawks send it back in, but the delayed offside forces them to check up. Oregon will settle in their defensive zone. Intercepted pass, a very dangerous pass from defender to defender. They're able to get away with it, though, and it's Karasek moving it around the other side. Panthers on the far wall, nothing doing there, but now they're able to get it out. Look to get a cross-ice pass, and a bullseye of a pass finds Andrew Jakey. Jakey again, face-off out of pad save. Turned away by the defense. Oh, a deflection that time out of midair from Lindard. I think they might have called that play with a high stick had it gone for the goal. Panthers break up a pass in center ice. They'll go for a forward change.
Yeah, the real question is, can they keep this pace up? We're barely 2 minutes, 10 seconds in, and they're just flying. Can they keep that pace up?
The Panthers have been a team, as we have watched them, you and I, over the years, that has exploited some speed. Boy, they look fast in the early going. Big contact in center ice as the puck is dumped into Panthers territory with 14:37 to play in the first. Oregon leads 1-0 thanks to an Andrew Jakey's kind of circus goal off the back of the goalie Vienendahl for the Baldwin-Woodville Hawks. Light shot sent in. First action of the season, first action of his career tonight. Nicholas Couillard, he's been on the team for 3 seasons. This is his first time in net. Last year, Nate McElpeen was the hero of the postseason for the Panthers. He is out tonight, and so Couillard getting the start in net, gets his first save early on. Panthers at center ice with 14:08 to play, look to gain the zone. Cross up on the left wing side. Dump towards the net, easily stick to side. And the Hawks look to move it up the near side. Attempted shot is deflected, and now a potential 2-on-2 here. Woodville not able to settle it down. Puck remains in the neutral zone, now finally dumped back onto the stick of Trey Zurowick for Oregon. Zurowick looking for a little outlet, finds one. Panthers move nicely in their own zone and are able to chip it free back into neutral ice. Loose puck, still loose. Hawks not able to grab it. Send it in, a little confusion from the Panthers as well. Some disorganization. Now the Hawks take a quick shot and a nice glove from Couillard. That shot coming off the stick of Drew Burr. We talked about him a little bit before the broadcast, freshman on this varsity team.
Yeah, and he's fast, definitely has some good hands, and anything at this point, put it on net. You can tell they're definitely back on their heels a bit, looking to create some chances, and you've got to find ways to get the puck on the net.
Face off for the Panthers, sticks on the dot in their own zone. Hawks try to move it up that near wing side. Jakey flips it off the glass and sends it out. So the Hawks will trace it down in their defensive zone, hassled by James Shrevin. He had the assist on the Jakey goal at 59 seconds in this first period. Loose puck, Panthers got it. Shot from the top, and it's saved. Easily turned away by Vienendahl. Second shot moves wide of the cage, all the way to the corner. 13:05 to play, Panthers with the puck. Jakey down below the net, back up the far wall. Shrevin trying to get it loose. Back to him now, face-off dot. Works his way and shot, and that one just caught a piece of the blocker of Vienendahl, sent up over the cage and onto the glass. 12:45 to go in the first period. Panthers up 1-0 on the visiting Baldwin-Woodville Hawks. First game of the season for Oregon. Looking sharp, looking fast early on.
Yeah, and the Hawks did a great job there at keeping everything to the outside. A couple shots came in, but good work keeping the Panthers to the outside.
Great play by the Panthers here with the skate. Moving it forward is Isaac Rotier. Loose puck back towards the Panthers zone. It'll be handled by Karasek. Panthers into the middle. It's Rotier once again. Off his stick and back to the Hawks. Big contact there. Flat was Ben Peavy of the Hawks. Attempted pass is wide of its target. The hand is up, and we will get an icing call. Clock stops with 12:07 to go in the first. Panthers up 1-0.
Physicality is definitely picking up, and I think the Hawks are going to look to find their footing, set a tone, and try and slow this down a bit. Again, did a great job of keeping Panthers to the outside while they were possessing it. It wasn't getting to dangerous areas often, so Panthers have to keep their eye on that.
Face-off controlled by Oregon. A shot is deflected up into the safety netting. That one came off the stick of Ethan Dish, the sophomore. And we'll get another face-off right in the same spot.
It's really impressive to watch the way the Panthers are moving this puck early. Nice tape-to-tape passes. Definitely some communication. We can kind of pick it up a little bit, and that's what you want to see, especially in a first game.
Rotier in the centerman spot for the Panthers. Ready to face it off. It is won by the Panthers up to the defense, but swung over the top with Zurowick. Nice job to back check by Jack Klung, and he holds the zone for Oregon. Nice move across this time. It's Drew Burr. The freshman takes a shot. It goes wide. Panthers will look to gather the loose puck in the person of Andrew Yachman. Great stop out of midair by Klung once again. He's been very active defensively on this shift. Puck back behind the end line with 11:37 to go for Oregon in the first period. Crazy move on defense through their own slot. Panthers are able to get it out again. A play with the skate that time by Rotier. Nearly holds it at the blue line, but on the change, the Hawks look to exploit the Panthers' line movements. Not able to do it though. A big hit up against the board delivered by Jakey. Oregon has the puck in their own zone. Trying to turn around on it with Shrevin. Instead, it just comes all the way down, and it'll be gathered up by Brody Everts of the Hawks. Moves the puck across as the Panthers change lines once again.
Panthers have made some real questionable decisions of moving that puck through the slot or in front of the goaltender. They got to be a little more careful.
Great cross ice to Jakey. Now he's behind the defense. One-on-one pass across, and they run out of real estate, end up behind the end line, but a beautiful little dish on a 2-on-none. Now the Hawks want to come 3-on-2 the other way. They'll dump and get a change. Panthers will gather this behind the net. It's Karasek once again. Angled along the board. Slapper is wide. That one delivered by Sanders, the captain of these Baldwin-Woodville Hawks. And the Hawks will have it in their own zone with 10:30 to play in the first period. Everyone's still kind of feeling each other out here. The Panthers settling in a little bit. The Hawks getting a little bit better established.
The problem for the Hawks is they keep having to make a change every time they get it in the zone. They're not getting any pressure from one set line.
Attempted shot, his body blocked right there, and yeah, just as you said, they had to get 4 new skaters, and they don't get any possession.
They get it in to carry it in, and then they can't do anything with it because the Panthers are doing too good of a job of getting it back out again.
Panthers looking very good on the back check, very good in the neutral zone, and that's historically something we've seen them had trouble with, especially the transition game. They look wonderful tonight, at least in the early going.
Yeah, very, very confident in those areas of the ice.
9:45 or so to go in this first period, and losing his skates, which was Trey Zerowick. The loose puck gathered by the Hawks in the near corner of the Panthers zone, but quickly Oregon pounces on it and moves it out of their own territory.
Right there, I think we just saw a strength that we haven't seen from the Panthers before. They blow a tire right in the neutral zone, and the coverage and the back check to make sure everybody was open and covered was right on, and that's a coaching thing right there.
Yeah, that's players who know where to be and know how to cover when someone's taken out of the play. 9:15 to play. Panthers up 1-0 here in the first period. What a wonderful move by Shreven. He had that assist on the first goal of the game. Unfortunately, it goes for naught. The Hawks have it on the far side, moving through neutral ice. Good hip check up against the wall. Shot comes in, easily stopped, and Landon Wienendahl will cover it up. Wienendahl, a twin. His brother is number 9, Dawson Wienendahl, also on this team. And 8:59 to go, we'll get a face-off.
And Dawson, who's normally a forward, playing defense right now because one of their alternate captains, Gavin Finstead, is out with a shoulder injury. And their loss earlier in the week in overtime, a 4-3 loss for the Hawks. It was a heartbreaker.
Coming off a tough one, and the Panthers so far making it even tougher with an early 1-0 lead here. In their own zone, the Hawks look to move it up the boards. Panthers trying to hold, and they get it down to Jakey. Stripped of the puck that time by Brendan Sanders, the captain, and he sends it all the way down. No ice on this one, and tracking it for Oregon is Buskogger. Rips it back the other way, and he'll find his teammate Yachman. Looking to develop a play, swung over the top and shouldered to the ice, but Yachman hangs with this puck. Still loose in Panther territory. Backhand is held at the point by the Hawks. They swing over the top. Some stick handling mishaps for both teams. Stopped by the skates that time of Easton Linder. And now here comes Jakey with Linder the other way. Jakey to the face-off top, behind the defense. Backhanded shot and a score! Easton Linder makes that happen at his own blue line, and then Jakey takes it the rest of the way. 2 goals for Panthers, and they both come from him.
Yep, the Hawks had to dump that puck as soon as it got on the stick. They thought they could make that extra little move, and that's going to cause a problem. So we really want to make sure when you're at the blue line there, you get it in deep. They just didn't do that, and yeah, he just carried that down, outweighted the goaltender and put it in.
Outstanding little backhand move to get across the face of the goalie and make the score. The Panthers lead 2-0 here. Jakey's got 2 goals. We'll get the call. They'll call that one unassisted. It was Easton Linder that set things up, even though it touched another Hawk blade before it got to him. Jakey with a great night, Oregon with a great night, and early on here, the 2-0 lead. Panthers at the blue line. Hawks are able to flip it out. Good hit against the boards, and the Panthers, we've seen speed, but we've also seen physicality, both aspects of the game working for them.
And as long as they can stay out of the box, that's going to be a big part of this.
Shreven moving his way in. He's got support along the middle. Push to the corner, stops up. 7:30 to play as he fights for that puck. Still got it loose. He's got players in the middle, working his way around. Now sends it off to the point. It'll be held there by Buskogger. Slapper well wide.
They were looking for Janky to deflect that one in. He tried to get that stick down.
Linder, a nice rising shot. A great glove by Wienendahl. Frees it down with 7:16 to play. We'll take a face-off in the Hawk zone.
Yeah, right now I think they're looking to get it on Janky's stick as often as possible. He's definitely got some good looks. But some of these shots that they're putting in, they're really looking for deflections in front. They're getting the body position and taking away Veenendaal's ice.
Face off controlled by the Hawks. They'll try and move it up that far side board. Then take the open man, and here they come. They've got a 3-on-2 developing if they can hurry. Move to the right wing side. Puck knocked off the tape. Nice job by Oregon's defense to break up what was an odd man rush. Attempted play with the hand is no good. Panthers move it all the way to the scorer's table and now deeper into the Hawks zone. 6:55 to go. Go ahead, Dan.
Any idea why that wasn't a hand pass?
I don't think he got it. It looked from my angle at least like he didn't actually quite put his hands on it. Panthers shot from the point, little lazy shot that goes into the corner. Oregon will hustle back there to try and get hold of it. Chip towards the net and then back into the corner once more with 6.5 minutes to play in this first period. Panthers up 2-0 thanks to 2 Andrew Jakey goals so far. Hawks, long stretch pass. It does find Drew Burr. He's able to touch it, so no icing, but easily picked up by the defense of George Karasek for Oregon. Karasek moving with impunity back in his own defensive zone. Karasek's a big guy, you can tell just looking at him on the ice, but very light on his feet.
Absolutely, and he's playing the body well. He's taking good position, strong stick, and it's making it very difficult for the Hawks to get any traction.
Nearly hit Jakey on another outlet pass. Great job by the Hawks to break it up. Shot comes in from the point. It bounces past the goalie for Oregon and onto the near side wall. Hawks trying to dig it out with 5:48 to play in the first. Now that one's going to be picked up by Buskott. High off the glass, I think a bit too strong, and icing will be the call.
And I guess my real only worry at this point is Goliard has only really seen 2 or 3 shots, and of those 2 or 3, probably 1 you would count. You wonder, with not a lot of experience here, you want to see that puck, you want to feel that puck, and right now he's not getting that opportunity, which is a good thing, but it can bite you.
It's an okay problem to have. A weird knuckle puck comes in. He picks it up off the ice nicely with the catching glove there.
Yeah, I can't speak. Jake Orman tried to get a little bit too much on that rolling puck, and it just did that weird little hook into the net.
Face off far side of the Panthers zone. It'll be Easton Linder. Honorable mention, All Badger West last season, 9 goals and 11 assists in the 2022-2023 campaign. Panthers have it on the far wall. Move it up there, looking for the outlet pass. Good stick handling as they bring it into neutral ice. Hawks immediately tap it back, check up on the offsides, and hustle home. Panthers, excellent maneuvering of the puck, and here's Shreven. Shreven, one-on-one, drags through his man. Now he's open, shot through the 5-hole and closed up by Veenendaal, able to shut the door just in time. Panthers still with it from the high slot. Want the deflection, nothing doing. Instead, the Hawks push it to the far side. 5 minutes even to play in the first period. Panthers up 2-0 here on the Baldwin-Woodville Hawks. They rim it around to that far side. They're going to let it go all the way to Zurwick at the point. Linder, fancy stick handling, back to Zurwick again. High off the glass and down low for Shreven. Nice cut by Shreven, working his way to the inside, but few too many men to stick handle through. Angled pass comes down, it's swatted along. That'll be an icing, and a Bush Hawks line there just needed a new set of skaters.
I tell you what, Jenke's got the goals, but Shreven right now, he just looks like he's magic out there. Some of the moves he's made that we've seen him make at the blue line, that last opportunity he had where Veenendaal stayed patient, Shreven right now is a force that they're going to have to deal with, and they're not finding an answer.
Hawks win the faceoff in their own zone with 4.5 minutes to play in the first. They trail 2-0 here at Oregon's opener of the 2023-2024 season. Jakey's got it. He's got a man with him. Jakey to the faceoff dot. Backhand shot. Saved. Rebound not controlled, but the Hawks are able to grab it. Looking to get some numbers, get some zone time. Little touch that time by Burr, sends it in. And down low, it'll be picked up by Rhett Schweitzer, one of the alternate captains. Underneath the net, nobody in control. Now the Panthers have it on the far wall. Tap past one defender. Keep it going along through the neutral zone. Gavin Sell for the Hawks sends it back to the defense. Sell picks it up on the give and go. Tries to tap it through, but it's Shreven that picks it off. 2-on-2 coming. Shreven with Jakey. He's at the outside hash marks. Pass towards Jakey instead. Angles off a skate to Veenendaal, and we'll get the puck frozen.
Yeah, Shreven just looks like he's going to the net anytime he gets a chance to. And I'm really impressed just with the hands he's got. Watching him work the puck the way he does, he's going to cause a lot of problems, I think, this year.
It is Shreven in the faceoff dot. Jakey right behind him. Hawks win the faceoff though and rim it back behind their own net. Nice little outlet pass, and they've got a chance here with Sawyer Bunkling. Loose puck goes to Couillard, a dangerous play as he comes out of his crease. Pass through the center is wide and out to neutral ice. Looking at that one from Couillard, do you like moving out, having that active stick?
I do. Again, you got to start feeling that puck, and he's feeling comfortable and confident. And yeah, he needed to, because there was a pass that could have been made across. Smart play by Couillard.
Shrevin so fast, feed into the center, just out of reach, but at the center point, a shot comes in high over the top of the net. Jakey with it back behind there. Pass to the slot, broken up by the Hawks. 3:05 to play in the first period. Panthers up 2-0. Hold the zone at the blue line once more. Here they come. Jakey, high slot, shot is off the tip of the glove and over the net. Jakey nearly had a hat trick there as he just rifled that one up at Veenendahl. Give him credit. Just did get the tip of his glove on it. Big contact from Jakey. Lays Brody Everts out in center ice. The Hawks push the pack in as they want to get a little bit of a line change here as Lindard in his own zone has it knocked off his skates. Hawks trying to find something offensive. A big hit delivered by Zerowik. Panthers touch this one up. There should be no icing as they stride after it in the person of Ethan Dish. The sophomore Dish tries to make contact, but a nice move at that time by Brennan Sanders, the captain. Weaving through traffic, left wing side, shot from beyond the blue line, and a nice grab by Couillard. Catching mit's been working for him on these low ones so far. We'll take the face-off in the Oregon zone.
Yeah, he looks very calm. He looks like he's feeling at home in net. And again, for being out your first game, home opener, that's what you want to see, and he's looking very solid.
Panthers take the face-off in their own zone. Isaac Rotier in the centerman's position. It's held, though, by the Hawks. Shot pass goes wide to the right. Gathered there by Buskager of Oregon. He's pushed off it. He tries to do the same to the Baldwin-Woodville players. Getting down towards 2 minutes to play here as the puck works its way back behind the Oregon net. Up to the point, Sanders. His shot is nicely blocked by Andrew Jakey. No trouble laying down. Offense, defense, he's doing it all tonight. Jakey has it at his feet and can't find it. Hawks hold it in the zone. Pass toward the slot is no good. Now a second chance. What a stop. The first big action we've seen from Couillard, and he comes up strong on the one-timer.
Absolutely. I guess the only thing I'd want to see a little bit more is a little bit more aggressive out there, but that was a beautiful save.
Jakey with speed through one man, all alone. Backhand off the post. Hit the outside of the iron.
Oh, looking for a natural hat trick.
What a beautiful play from Jakey. Now he's got it in the slot, deflected into the rafters, and out of play.
Yeah, to go back to Couillard's save, again, had to be in a good position. That play was broken, kind of broken up, got that pass right below the hash marks, takes a shot, goes down in the butterfly. A little more aggressive, but he is just looking really comfortable in that.
1:21 to go in this first period. Panthers lead 2-0. They win the faceoff in the Hawks zone. Shot is easily saved by Veenendahl. Lindard, stick handling, has it stripped away. Hawks coming up the near side. Bodies hitting the ice, but the Panthers come up with the puck, enter the zone on sides. Carrying it there is Yakman, who takes a shot up against the wall. Lindard pushes it past a man and into the far corner. He gets knocked to the ice. A deflected pass does come out to center ice. 1 minute left in the period as the PA announcer sounds it. Panthers cross ice into the center. It'll be Shrevin there. Angles it up along the wall. Jakey tries to tap it back to him. Nothing but Hawks in center ice, though, and they dump it back to Oregon's defense. Jakey's all alone here on a bad change from the Hawks. Goes to the high slot, takes a shot and a blocker save. Veenendahl in perfect position to stop that one. Shrevin and Jakey combined for the first goal. They're back underneath the net. The Hawks try to whip it around and don't get it clear with 23 seconds to go. Shrevin looks to distribute from behind the net. Push to the wall, can't find the puck. Rotier sends it up to the point. Shot from the Panthers, deflected high and into the safety netting, out of play. George Karasek fired that one in. We'll take a face-off in the Hawks zone with 11 seconds to go.
Wonderful forecheck. Watching the Panthers go, they're just not giving up on any of the pucks. They're trying to get into those dirty areas, win those 50-50 battles. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Hawks are having to get a little more physical, because we're starting to see that pick up a notch.
Face-off is won by the Hawks. 9 seconds to go as they rifle it behind their own cage. Pass through center, picked up at center ice by the Panthers. They'll send it in, check up on the offsides, and with 2 seconds to go, that is how this first period of action will end. Boy, if you're Oregon, you can't be any happier with that period, I think, than what you saw there. Offense, defense, goaltending when you needed it, passing, speed, physicality. it was everything you'd want to see in a hockey game.
Absolutely. Quite honestly, this could be a 4-5 nothing game, but the play of Veenendahl, again, getting a chance to talk to some of the parents before the game, saying, you know, this is a positional goaltender. This is somebody who feels comfortable there, is always going to make those small little corrections to be in the right spot, and that's what we saw. Beat twice by great chances, but otherwise, right now, it's only 2-0 because of Veenendahl's play.
Absolutely. The Panthers were all over it. 59 seconds in, it was Jakey from Shreven. At 8:48 in the first, it was Jakey unassisted. Easton Lindard set it up, though he doesn't get credit for the assist on the play. 2-0 Panthers, as you said, with an opportunity for a whole lot more. Going into the second period, though, we know there's always room for improvement. Any team, no matter what, is going to find something that they can work on. What do you want to see Oregon do differently in the second period?
I think the first big thing is no more passing the puck in front of your goaltender from behind their goal line. That could have burned them twice. You don't want to see that, but I think that's a mental mistake. Sticks got up a little bit into the hands a couple times there. I think Oregon got away with one towards the end of that period that easily could have been called.
Yes.
That, I think they need to be in a little bit more control there. I guess the only other thing I'd want to see is a little more communication. We get good ears to hear what's going down out on the ice, and not hearing as much talk as I am just a stick tap. I want more communication, and Colliard should be directing some of this on his end. But again, new in there, but he looks great.
Yep, and this is what we're reaching for things they can really improve on, because, man, that was a great period of hockey.
It really was. These are all good problems to have. There's nothing there that I think Coach Clemens is going to get in anybody's ear about, but I think there are some things that they can put together as the season goes on.
Absolutely. Folks, this OCA Media Sports exclusive broadcast is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors. They include the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes, and consider becoming a booster today. Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. Colors of Oregon, Stoughton Health, and buy your local pizza pit. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in with us on the Panthers opener today. It's wonderful to be back with you. Dan and I love doing these broadcasts. It's been wonderful to see the high school students taking over a lot of these duties as they learn the trade. But it's always fun to come to the rink and call a hockey game for you. We got 2 more periods of action. The Panthers are up 2-0. Stay tuned to OCA Media. Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloft and Gray Truck with you on OCA Media. It's the Oregon Panthers hockey team's opening night, and it has been a night to remember so far. Andrew Jakey has buried 2 for the Panthers. They are up 2-0 after 1 period, and Dan, you and I were talking off air. Every year we have done this, and you and I started doing this 6-7 years ago now.
Yeah.
Oregon has always had a ton of talent. They always have guys who can play hockey. That's never been a problem for them. This is maybe the first time that I'm seeing them look like a team that is extremely talented, not just a bunch of talented guys on a team. Yeah,
I'm just not seeing any rust. It looks like they're picking up right where they left off. The one thing I had mentioned kind of again off air, I'd like to see them work the points a little bit more, get some harder passes up there, but the truth is they haven't needed to go to those outlets because they're controlling everything from the top of the circles down. So it's clear they're playing with a lot of confidence, and it's a solid team effort, and it's fun to watch. I'm a little shocked by just how confident, composed, and just mission-oriented they seem to be, and that's what you want to see in the beginning of a season.
Our AWS servers are down, so I don't have access to advanced statistics for last period, but if I had to guess, the time of possession was heavily tilted towards Oregon, especially zone time. I mean, they lived in the Hawks zone on that period, and the Hawks had 1 or 2 decent setups in Oregon zone, and otherwise they really weren't able to generate much on the offensive side.
Yeah, if I had to guess what true scoring chances are, probably 6 for Oregon. I'd say maybe 2 to 3 for the Hawks, and of those 3, only 1 was a really, really good chance. There was 1 deflection that went a little bit wide that kind of caught everybody by surprise. Other than that, the Panthers have owned the neutral zone. They're entering almost with impunity, but that also concerns me because as the physicality from the Hawks picks up, that's going to make it a little bit harder. So look for some adjustments in how they're going to play in the neutral zone. I think you're going to see a little bit more dump and chase as opposed to those big outlet passes they've been looking for to get those breakaways or odd man rushes in. And I think we're going to see a little bit different of a second period out of the Hawks.
Well, let's talk about the Hawks a little bit because they did suffer in that first period. That was all Oregon, and the Hawks did not look like they had their feet under them the way I'm sure they would have liked to. Just the same, you and I watched them during warm-ups and even during the first period. There's a lot of talented skaters on this Hawks lineup. What do you think they need to do starting off in the second period to have a bit better footing?
You know, they have to have a good answer for that first line. They've got to find a way to make sure they're keeping the Panthers to the outside. And we started to see them do that in a couple of those shifts where, yeah, the Panthers had good control, but it was all to the outside, and that's where you want to keep it. Their breakouts and in transition have to be stronger. And for that, it just comes from finding that confidence. They went down by 1 goal less than a minute in. That's not the way you want to start on the road. And I think this period we're going to see a little bit more force come from them, and they're really going to have to start challenging Couillard, who again looked good on a couple of those shots in, but we haven't seen multiple opportunities.
Interesting lineup out here. Linder, Jakey, and the sophomore Ethan Dish are the forwards to start things off for Oregon as we get underway in the second period. Panthers do lead 2-0. Jakey's got it on a little fluttering pass, poked away by the defense of the Hawks, moved across the ice, but it'll be gathered up by Karasek, who holds the zone for Oregon. It does deflect out of play, however, and we'll have to get a face-off restart with 16:43 to go in the second.
Yeah, they've got to keep their head on a swivel when Jakey's out there because, again, he seems to get that puck and just move, and he can find those open areas, and he's got such speed on those first 3, pushes. He's at top speed, and that's always dangerous.
Easton Lindard in the centerman's spot. Hawks win the face-off up towards the point. Karasek holds it in. Karasek again battling at the blue line. It'll be gathered up by the Hawks. Quickly turned around, though, by Oregon, and Linder dumps it. Panthers will go after it. 16:29 to go in the second period. Push past Dish, and the Hawks control. Dangerous pass, and Linder, the beneficiary, swings over the top. Peck goes loose, a second chance opportunity, and it is stopped. Boy, the stick went flying. Nice sportsmanship there by the Panthers to give it back. Great job by Vienendahl to stop that one.
Yeah, Vienendahl took a little exception to the extra little whack that Jakey kind of gave in there. He thought it was a little bit late. Again, I think you can see this start to get more chippy.
Here in the centerman spot, he does win it for the Panthers. He's got the puck. Oh, gets a deflection off the skate nearly turns into disaster for the Hawks, but a nice job by Veenendahl. As you said, that positional goaltender. Slapper doesn't get through traffic from the Panthers. They puck the puck to the far corner. Collision there with the Hawks, and with 16 minutes to play, the battle continues in this near side corner of the Baldwin-Woodville Hawk zone. In their own slot, Hawks trying to push it out. Nice, good, aggressive fight from Isaac Rotier. Holds that zone once more. The captain, Sanders, for Woodville, does manage to finally get the zone clear. Gathered up by the Panthers defense through zone, and it's Shrevin in neutral ice. Now Shrevin on the right wing side. He's got Rotier with him. Shrevin all the way down low, wants to get it to Rotier. Can't get it past traffic. Sanders pushes him off that puck. Shrevin again behind the net. Down goes Rotier. Lots of physicality, as you were talking about, picking up here in the second period. 15:26 to go. Panthers still in the Hawk zone. Backhanded shot comes lightly to Veenendahl. He nearly loses track of it, but is able to put the glove on top and freeze it down.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there, I think, by the Hawks. And Panthers just are not giving up any time or space. They're going after every puck. They're fighting in those dirty areas, and that's why the Hawks can't seem to get it out of the zone and create any pressure of their own.
Panthers with their first line out there again. Jacob from the top of the circle rips a wrister, but it ends up well wide of the cage. Linder trying to work it to the center. He's in the slot. He fires right off the shoulder of Veenendahl. I don't think Veenendahl ever saw it, but squared to the shooter and makes the positional save. 15 minutes even to play. It's 2-0 Panthers here in the second period. Up near the point, Panthers are going to hold it there. Karasek sends a shot in, and Veenendahl will wisely just freeze that one to the ice. Another face-off coming. Boy, what a rip from the slot, and Veenendahl just turns it away.
Great hands coming across and getting control of it, and Veenendahl, again, just smart play. Little aggressive coming out, but taking those angles. But we're 2 minutes and 6 seconds into this period, and all but 8 seconds of it have been played in the Hawks zone. They've got to get it out.
Panthers stick with that first line. They've been out there for much of that 2 minutes. Now the Hawks have a 3-on-2 opportunity developing. They're not able to fully exploit it, and what a pickoff out of the slot. Great play that time defensively by the sophomore, Trey Zurowick, for Oregon. Here's Jakey now down low and ties the low angle shot again. He hits the corner of the pipe where the crossbar of the pipe meet. Delayed penalty coming. That's going to go against Oregon. Roughing is the call, immediately signaled by the referee. And so the Panthers will have to go on the penalty kill. And here's a chance, despite the fact that we feel like Oregon has dominated this game, they're only up 2, and now the Hawks have a power play.
Yeah, and if the Hawks can find a way to make this power play work and get some good movement and score, that can be very deflating for an Oregon team who has dominated almost this entire game and watched their lead cut in half.
Easton Linder guilty of the rough there. Hawks win the faceoff, and they control. Try to work it down low. Send it across from the hash marks. What a pad save, and the second shot goes wide. Oh my goodness, Couillard. And he freezes the loose puck. Incredible pinball flipper save.
It really was. That was a great save on that first shot, and then there was nothing but open net on the other side for 33. Just couldn't get a good roll on it, but that was a good save.
Minute 48 left on the Woodville power play. 14-16 to play in the second period. Top of the circle, shot gets by. I don't think Couillard saw where that shooter was. He was still shaded to the inside post. What a rip to drop that one in there. That was Drew Burr, the freshman who we've talked about before. And just like you said, a lot for Oregon to think about here. A lot of sort of psychological impacts potentially.
Absolutely. Again, you're 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes into the period that you dominated, and you just gave up a goal on an offensive zone penalty. So yeah, this gives some life into the Hawks, and now the Panthers just have to stay out of the box.
A power play goal at 2:46 in the second period. It's 2-1 Oregon, the lead cut in half for the Hawks, and Drew Burr buries that one. Panthers back in the zone. Moving is Shrevin.
Well, I'm just so surprised how many times that puck has moved through the middle in front of the goaltender.
Drew Burr's goal is called as unassisted, and absolutely both teams have lived dangerously on defense. Now here's Sanders with a shot, doesn't get through traffic. Nice play with the hand by Oregon, but coming up with it again is Sanders, and once again it's body blocked, that time by Zurowick down into the corner. Panthers moving, it's Linder.
You can feel the momentum starting to change here, and Oregon's got to find a way to get some shots on the net now.
Linder tries the wraparound. What a put into center. Now a wind and a drive from the center point, and it's deflected away by a skate from Baldwin. ripped across. Shreven's going to have to chase it to the point. Panthers D will try and get it there. Instead, it's poked out by the Hawks. Working around to the opposite side. Jack Plunn dumps it in. A shot on net, and will just be easily covered by Veenendahl. Boy, it looked like Shreven had something really going there. His pass was perfect. There just was nobody from his team able to receive it.
Yeah, and again, I think Oregon's got to find a way to get some pressure back. Otherwise, this could start shifting because it looks like the Hawks are starting to buzz. They found a little bit of confidence with that goal, and that's going to make Panthers have to play a little bit more stingy.
Face off in the Hawks zone. Comes up towards the point for Oregon. Great job to hold it in with the hand, that time by Brock Buskager. Battle against the wall. Referee's telling him to release it. Now it does finally break free. The Hawks up to the near side. Panthers able to hold on. Quick rip, and it's just wide. That went off the stick of Tauschik. A little floating backhander goes wide of the cage on the opposite side and comes to the far wall. Pushed out by the Panthers as people are hitting the ice. Panthers are offsides. I don't think they realize it. Yeah, 16, Owen Tauschik does not realize that he's been offsides the whole time. All right, Panthers finally checked up. Tauschik will head to the bench and get a replacement. 12:28 to go in the second period. The Hawks score on a power play goal, and that's how they break it up. And now I believe we might get a too many skater penalty.
It's going to be too many against Oregon.
Oregon bench minor for too many skaters. And just that quickly, a game can turn on you with 12:23 to go. It's going to be another Hawks power play.
And now they're going to have to, this is a pivotal point in this game, not just obviously in the period, but in the game. Because if they're able to work the kind of magic they did on the power play just a few minutes ago and tie this game up, all that hard work that you got into has been erased. And we were talking about it again off air. You know, they were staying out of penalty trouble, but I thought that arm was going to start going up a little faster this period.
Indeed it does. Here's the same player, a shot. It's Boer, and his shot is turned away. He took it from almost the exact same position. Minute 52 to go on the power play. Hawks work it to the slot. Shot and a save from Couillard. That one pushed in off the stick of Gavin Sell. Sanders, center point. Burr, wind, drive, and just in time, Couillard's pad gets over to the near post and knocks it away. 12 minutes even to play in the second period. Minute 35 on the power play. Shot and a score! Brody Everts from the near hash marks. And two power play goals just like that. We are all square at 2 here in the second period.
I got to tell you, the save by Couillard off of Burr was really, really impressive. The problem was they gave up too big of a rebound, couldn't get some control, and then they were able to work it down low and catch it up front, and in a blink of an eye, it's 2-2.
They always talk about, it's such a broadcasting cliche, right? But the most dangerous lead in hockey is a 2-goal lead. The Hawks showing you why there. Music's still running hot here in the arena. There we go. Now we've got it shut down, and the Panthers looking to work out of the Hawk zone. A nice headman pass, and here's Jakey. Hashmark shot, and it's wide. He misses the cage on the right side. Linder tries to hold that one in. Hawks control, stripped away by Jakey into the high slot. Jakey encounters some traffic. Linder with a one-handed sweep. Puck is still loose. Panthers fighting for that one. And we are going to get a cross-check penalty coming up. Panthers pull their goalie. There's a shot, and that poke from Jakey is going to get oh my goodness.
Yep, they're going to call him both.
Yeah, let's hold this
gone.
up. Jakey's going to go, but he also gets cross-checked in the back after that. There are going to be a whole bunch of penalties coming up on this one. The referee has his notepad out.
Yeah, and I got to be honest, I think right now Oregon just blew an opportunity because I don't think they're getting the power play.
No, I think you're right.
Janke took that extra little whack in on Veenendahl, which then drove everybody's attention to him. So I think it's 2 that are going to go, and they just lost a great chance at a power play.
Jakey's going to the bench, the penalty bench for Oregon, along with Brock Buskager.
So they matched them up.
It's going to be Ian Findlay, and I saw 21. I didn't see the other number for Baldwin-Woodville. We'll get the calls here from the officials. So we're going to have, I think we will continue to play 5-on-5 then, because these are all coincident.
It looks like that's what they're going to do, but that's a mental breakdown and a mental mistake. They were about to go on the power play.
The Jakey one in particular, he's a guy in his 3rd season of playing. He knows better than that.
Absolutely. There was no need to take that extra whack at Veenendahl. That's what started it all off. and you know that was going to happen right away.
The referee's calling the captains up. He wants to both let them know what the penalty is and I think also try and get this game back in hand.
Yeah, and again, we were talking about it again off air, that it was starting to get a little bit cattywampus, if you will, and that the refs were going to look to take some control. And right now they're going to really be calling this tight because they don't want to see anything like that again, and they're going 5-on-5.
Yep. So we get the signal from one of the two officials. We will be 5-on-5.
But an offensive zone, you're getting the power play. You take 2 offensive zone penalties, and you wipe that out. And that's got to be something that you got to take a minute and realize, look, there's still a lot of hockey left here to play, and you can't let your emotions go on that, and you have to stay smart while you're playing.
We'll try and get the exact penalty calls for you, what the nature of the penalties were.
I'm thinking it's going to be cross-check / 2 roughing.
Number 21, Ian Finley, 2 minutes for head contact. And number 9, 2 minutes for Dawson. And for cross-check.
Okay, so for Jakey it was slashing, and for Brock Buskhager it's unsportsmanlike. Those are the Oregon penalties, and then for the visiting team, the Hawks, number 21 Ian Finley called for head contact, and number 9 Dawson Beatendahl called for a cross check. So about what we expected to come out of that. We're playing even up. Icing is the call that time against the Hawks, and so after everything, it's basically a whole new game now. 11-10 to play in the second. We're all square at 2, and both these teams have to figure out how to settle in and play their game once again.
Yeah, the Panthers have to take a breath and realize that they can obviously control this game, but they're not going to be able to do it from the penalty box.
Face-off is won by Oregon up to the point. Nice move across by Karasek and a swing by Lindard. He really wanted that one, but it's deflected away. Hawks coming with some speed as they break out on the rush. Up the right wing side, push to the wall. Referee getting involved, and the loose puck is sent back into neutral ice. Hawks have it in their defensive zone. Nice deflection that time by Rotier. Isaac Rotier still putting pressure on. Big collision back behind the play. Shrevin now works his way through center. As the Hawks move it forward, they will dump and chase after it. Sawyer Brunklick sending that one in for Woodville. Collision at center ice. The Hawks come out the better of it. That's going to be offsides if they can get it in, and now we have a penalty coming up. This one's going to go against Oregon once more, and it's going to be hooking against number 20, Jack Klun. And so now it will be a 5-on-4 power play for the Hawks once again. They're already 2 for 2 on the power play.
Yeah, and that was a really bad penalty to take simply because the play was going to go offside, so he had to pull back. He could have just let him give him a little bit of time and space. So far, Hawks are 2 for 2 on the power play, and they were dominant.
Panthers not quite able to clear this one out. I spoke too soon. Trevin gives it up. A shot and is just wide. That was from the original goal scorer, Drew Burr, and now we have another whistle.
Yeah, puck went up into the netting,
All
but
right.
there was a little bit of contact over there between Burr and Shrevin, and I think, again, it's time to take a breath.
Panthers need to find a way to kill off this penalty, something they have not been able to do so far. Minute 50 left on the power play, 10:18 to go in the second period. Face-off far side of the Panther zone. Shrevin in the face-off dot for Oregon. He wins it back. A nice shot by Karasek. What a stop by Sanders with the skate blade. But an offsides, and the Panthers will have it. Karasek once again. This time he sends it clear, and now Shrevin looking for the shorthanded opportunity. He's going to get a chance with the loose puck. Shrevin in the corner. Tries to stick handle around Sanders, avoids the shot. Picks his stick back up, but here come the Hawks with some speed on the rush through center ice. Shrevin passes him from behind, breaks up the play. Hawks able to push it down below the net. Karasek can't send it clear. Hawks hold. Working in the corner. Baldwin-Woodville. Sanders at the point, chops it up for the Hawks once more. His shot is blocked very nicely by the defense, and now Shrevin with a 2-on-1 break with Lindard. Gets the pass ahead. Here's Lindard all alone. Hash marks, shot, and it's just wide. Can't tell if the blocker got a hold of that for Wienendahl. I think he just pushed it wide of the cage. 9:30 to play in the second period. Minute even on the power play. Hawks with a little bit of a stop-start motion. Now they send a shot in, easily sticked away by Couillard. Shrevin on the near side of his own zone. Pushed from behind, and number 3, Gavin Sell, put his hands up up, a little worried about a cross-check call. Nothing coming, and the Hawks will remain on the power play for another 43 seconds after the line change. Puck lost to Oregon in the skates, and the Hawks are able to take advantage of it, move it further down into the offensive zone. On the near wall, deflected by Oregon. Try and move it around. It's Andrew Yachman trying to get it clear. Hawks in their own near corner. Karasek past Yachman and all the way out of the zone. George Karasek has done a nice job for them on this penalty kill.
He really has, and there's been a lot of battle in front of Couillard as well. And again, great work by the Panthers on this kill.
10 seconds to go on the power play. Here come the Hawks once more, their last opportunity with the 5-on-4 skater advantage. Across to center ice, a shot, and it is well wide, deflected off a stick somewhere along the way. Both teams are full strength as the Panthers get 5 men back on the ice. Rip a shot along, no ice, as that could have been played by the Hawks, and so the Panthers will put pressure on. We're back to even strength with 8:15 to go, and as soon as we get another stoppage, the players who've been in the box for those coincident minors will come back out and be available for play. Puck loose at center ice, neither team able to get a hold of it. That one looked like it was from behind the red line, and indeed it was. So icing the call, and kind of a wise icing to take on Xavier Oregon. Get your 2 guys back onto the bench.
Yeah, because one of your best players, you don't want them sitting in the box any longer than they need to. But that was a great kill, and the scoring opportunities we saw actually came from the Panthers on that. I can't remember the last time I'd seen a penalty kill with a 2-on-0 break. And again, just great goaltending from Veenendahl, and just a lucky break for him that a couple of those shots went wide.
8:02 to play in the second period. We're all tied up at 2 here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Shrevin with a nice body block there. Jakey thought he had a player trailing him. He did not, and the Hawks hold the zone. Chance here at the face-off dot. Excellent step 2 defense that time by Buskogger. Up to the point and out of the zone. Panthers will give chase as the Hawks track it down in their own territory. Working behind the net, it's Brody Everts. Everts, who is just recently out, and he tries to pass it past Shrevin, which has been very difficult for everybody so far tonight. Back to Buskogger at his own blue line. He taps it forward. It's past Jakey. Sanders up to the point. Held by the Panthers. Stick save, not controlled, but Sanders skates it away. Quick little shot. Boy, that goes through a lot of different skates that could have deflected it, but it makes it all the way to the wall. 7:15 to play in the second period, all tied at 2. A quick shot, they do get a deflection, but it ends up pushing it wide. Jakey sends it back below the net. Trying to grab it there is Rotier. Instead, the Hawks will have it on the far wall. They send it past the defense, up and rolling, and they're going to say no ice as the Panthers had a shot at it. We're inside of 7 minutes here in the second period. Behind the net, flipped to the center. Thankfully, nobody there for the Hawks. Thankfully, from Oregon's perspective anyway.
Yeah, I think they missed that. Burr was right, breaking down that right wing.
Hawks control it in center ice. Holding it there, big collision, and now here comes Shrevin. Shrevin's got Jakey with him. Taps it to Jakey, what a pass, the shot and the score! An Andrew Jakey hat trick. Oh my goodness. James Shrevin absolutely web gemmed that one. A beautiful score.
Yeah, it was beautifully set up, and again, Shrevin with a nice little behind-the-back move, puts it on Jakey's stick to get the hat trick, and again, that was just a beautiful play, and Shrevin really did the hard work on that one.
I am going to go home and watch this game, if only to watch that play. What a beautiful pass from James Shrevin.
It was. Again, that entry was just flawless and just perfect control.
Panthers battling for it on the faceoff, but it will be Jakey from Shrevin, and that is a hat trick for Jakey. Look at Easton Lindert losing his stick, but continuing to play with the skates. But now the Hawks have a 2-on-2, now a 3-on-2 the other way as they hustle through traffic. Get around the defense, but it's going to be Couillard covering it up. Brett Schweitzer, the alternate captain, had some speed there, but that one touch just a bit strong. Yeah,
played the body nice to try and take away that lane. But this is a very important shift for the Hawks. You just give up a beautiful goal at one end. You've got to keep that pressure up. And the one thing I've been liking about what I'm seeing from the Hawks in this period, they're playing the points well and they're getting more shots to look through screens and deflections.
Panthers do win the faceoff in their own zone. Behind their net, battling for that puck is Jack Klund. Ripped a pass, it goes wide of the intended target, Andrew Jakey. Jakey racing for it, but he will not get there in time No hybrid icing in high school, because we don't want guys racing towards the boards for obvious reasons, and so the icing will bring it all the way back. Boy, if Jakey sees that one coming, it's right through the legs. If he stops it, he's gone.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's what they were looking to do. Janke was just maybe one stride from being able to catch it before it goes to icing.
6 minutes to play. The Panthers win the faceoff in their own zone. We're in the second period, and they are up 3-2 thanks to an Andrew Jakey hat trick. 2 assists so far from James Shrevin. Played with the high stick, but speaking of Shrevin, here he is to the faceoff dot. From the hash marks, the shot is broken up defensively. That time by the captain, Brennan Sanders. Outstanding back check on the speedy Shrevin to prevent him from getting a clean shot away. 5:40 to go as the Hawks send it toward the point. Held there by Oregon. A fluttering shot is easily grabbed by Wienendahl and will take the faceoff far side of the Hawks zone.
Yeah, Sanders was making it very difficult for Shrevin. He went stick on stick, and it was just great stick work from the captain, because again, Shrevin is just going wherever he wants. He goes there with speed and determination, and I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't put one in yet.
Lindard pushes the faceoff forward for Oregon. They'll try and grab this puck as collisions happening all over the ice. Lindard around the linesman and now works it down low. Low angle shot ends up over the top of the net, and this one sent down by Jack Klund. Ripped into the center. There's Lindard again. Down towards the low slot for Jakey, but it's taken away by the Hawks as they work their way forward. That was Sawyer Brunclick that broke that play up in the low slot. Panthers with it in their own zone. Got a little bit of space. Send it forward for Lindard. He's got Jakey on the headman. They can't get it through traffic, though, and the Hawks now have an opportunity back the other way. A shot for Couillard. He wanted to glove that one. He got it more with like his elbow or his left chest. He got it, though. That's the big key. He froze it down.
Yeah, what I liked about that save, very aggressive, right out to the top of the paint, square to the shot, able to see it all the way in. And again, just great positioning. So even after giving up 2 goals early in this period, he doesn't appear shaken. He seems focused, and his aggressiveness can stand to that.
Shrevin pokes it forward on the faceoff, but it's controlled by the Hawks. Shot from the point is broken up by Shrevin, who is just about everywhere on the ice when he's on a shift tonight. 4:50 to go in the second period. It's a 3-2 Panther lead. That one went out of bounds, and a big hit up against the wall. Thankfully, popping right back up was number 9, Brock Buskager. He looked a little bit worse for wear after that hit.
Yeah, and I think the refs were kind of looking at each other to see if that puck touched something on the way out or if it was going to be a delay of game. And it was very close.
I think I'd have to look at the rule book to be sure. I don't think high school has the same rules as the NHL, where it's, I think the referees are allowed discretion on those delay of games. Icing for the Panthers coming up the other way, and as we look at that section of the boards there, for whatever reason, there are 2 low cuts in the boards there, but they're staggered. It's a little unusual, the setup. I'm not sure why that is, so I can see how he made that mistake. At any rate, he does not get tagged for the delay of game, and the Panthers will have a face-off on the far side of their own zone. 4:37 to go in the second period. Oregon up 3-2. Shrevin pushed off the puck. Panthers now control in the far corner. Up towards Shrevin at the point. He's able to get it, taps it forward, and now hustling ahead is Rotier. Isaac Rotier with 1 man to beat. He can't get around him, though. It is Jake Oman who's able to push him to the corner. Puck trapped on that wall. Now the Panthers try and skate it away. Hawks gather it defensively. Try to reach out of the zone. Who else but Shrevin that holds it at the blue line with 4:09 to play in the second period. Panthers want some new defenders. At the point, gathered by the Hawks and sent into neutral ice. Still loose there. Panthers turned around. They're going to be offsides. Unfortunately, Lindard had not quite checked up. Jakey offsides. We'll take a neutral ice faceoff.
Yeah, watching the work along the boards now, it's definitely getting better. The Hawks seem to be finding their legs. They're getting more sustained pressure. They're breaking some stuff up. The problem is for them, Janke and Shrevin just seem to be everywhere and automatically at top speed, which is really giving them a hard time at the blue line.
What a face-off win from Easton. Lindard rifled it down low into the Hawk zone. And now he's got that puck back behind the net again, looking for an open pass. He finds his man. A shot coming in from the top of the circle, and it is nicely gloved by Wienendahl. The sophomore defender, Jack Klund, put that one in. He played as a freshman on this team last year, 1 goal, 1 assist. You can see why they like him up here now.
Yeah, and I got to be honest, that was a tougher save than it looked like. There was a lot of traffic, and Wienendahl, great position. And
Lindard has got something going on the faceoff. His timing is perfect. He jams one towards Wienendahl again. Wienendahl equal to the task. 3:43 to go in the second period. Oregon leads 3-2. Here's Jakey, top of the circle. His shot is deflected away by the defense of the Hawks. His second shot is also deflected away off somebody's shoulder or neck, it looked like. But here comes Baldwin-Woodville the other way. The Hawks trying to push it forward. And here comes Jakey out of his zone. He's got players with him. Up the right wing side. Stick handles. Can't get through traffic. And the puck goes to the rear wall where the Hawks have it. Up that near side. 3:16 to play in the second period. Aggressive forechecking from the Panthers. That's been a hallmark of their game since we've been watching them. Held at the blue line and pushed down a little bit lower. Jakey there. Thought he had a man behind him as he tries to turn it around, but I'm sorry, that was Trey Zerowick. Nothing doing. Puck scoots out past a couple of defenders. No ice is the call. Panthers will have to chase this one down. A little bit of miscommunication, but Jack Klun able to move it back that time to Zerowick. Zerowick sends it up along the boards to Shrevin. Shrevin turns the corner and activates the Jets. Here he comes. Shrevin, he's around a man. Lost the puck, but it doesn't matter. Shakes it back up. There's a shot from the face-off dot that deflects high and into the glass. Panthers with a great scoring opportunity. That one hits a couple of skates and ends up off the pad of Vienendahl. 2.5 minutes to go in this second period. Still a one-goal lead for the Panthers, up 3-2, thanks to the Andrew Jakey hat trick. Excellent sort of anticipation pass there, and it's picked up that time by Buskotter. Hawks in the middle. They have an offsides call. Panthers living dangerously here, but now they're able to break it out back into neutral ice.
Puck just seems to get stuck in some of these guys' skates, and they're not getting the control on it or getting the speed and power on it they want.
This particular line for the Panthers, too, looks a little exhausted or a little confused. They haven't been quite as crisp on the passing for this shift. Hawks do have it in the Oregon zone. Here's Jakey challenging. Jakey's able to pull it along, trying to fight his way across. They do lose the puck. It's going to be offsides warning for Oregon. They control in neutral ice. Hawks pick up the errant pass. It's Jake Oman. Oman trying to get a shot off. It goes off the skate and doesn't make it through traffic. Oregon stretch pass attempts. Here's Linder trying to poke it through. That's going to be an offsides. Hawks able to hold it up just long enough to force the offsides call. The neutral ice faceoff will take place with 1:31 to go in the second period.
Yeah, the Hawks have a lot to be happy about in this period, but one of the things they need to start doing a little bit more, and on even strength at least, is not trying to force a shot. You had 3-on-2 coming in, and instead of trying to move it back or get some possession, they just went for the quick bad shot.
This one angled off the boards and tapped ahead by Ian Findlay. Panthers chasing it down. That's Knut Lee. First time we've seen him in this game, at least first time I've laid eyes on him. He moves the puck out of the zone, and the Panthers tap it along. No icing the call with 1:13 to go. Sanders, the captain for the Wolves. For the Hawks, sends it along. Panthers try to get the shot in front. Nothing doing there. It was Andrew Jakey that wanted the backhanded attempt, and the Hawks move it forward. 1 minute to go here in the second period. It's a 3-2 Oregon advantage. 2 power play goals for the Hawks brought them square, but Andrew Jakey put one away thanks to an assist from James Shrevin. And that's the tale of the tape so far. Knut Lee moves it across. Back to Lee behind the net for Oregon. Finds Jakey on the corner. Jakey's got a man with him. Wasn't able to pick the puck up cleanly, though. And Dave Parter, our friend and linesman, getting involved in the play a little bit. Now here come the Panthers the other direction. Jakey trying to work his way past it. We've got a delayed penalty coming. It's going to be a slash, I believe, either a slash or a hook. Jakey now tries to accelerate. Big collision with the referee, and that will stop things up. Hooking is the call. So with 19 seconds to go, the Panthers will have their first power play of the night. As the Hawks go down a skater, it looks like it is number 17, Jake Oman, who is the guilty party.
Yeah, Jakey's speed just creates situations where you're going to draw some penalties. And only 20 seconds left in this period, but what would be a really good way to end this period for the Panthers is get a couple good scoring chances. They don't need to score here. They just need to get some pressure and go into the locker room on a high note.
Panthers have everyone they want out there. Linder, Shrevin, and Jakey. 15 seconds to go here in this second period. They will start on the power play in the third. Work the puck down below the net. There's Shrevin. Can't control it. Down for Karasek, the defenseman. Pushes a man off the skate. 3 seconds to go, and we will just rim that one out and call it good for the second period. The Panthers get a goal. Jakey gets the hat trick, but the story is the 2 power play goals for the Hawks. They claw their way back into this one. And we've got a heck of a game going into the third and final period.
Yeah, and I don't even know if I would agree with clawed their way back in. They were given the door was left open by the Panthers to walk right in and eat their lunch, which is kind of what we saw in that first 5 minutes. They've got to take a breath in this intermission and realize, look, we're able to dominate. We're controlling the neutral zone. we're really making it difficult for the Hawks to break out. We just got to stay out of the penalty box.
Panthers will have 1 minute and 41 seconds of a power play when we come back for the third and final period. This is the first power play action we're going to see from Oregon this season. What do you expect from them when we come back out? Are we going to see Lindert and Shrevin and Jakey out there?
I think so, and I really like watching Shrevin and Jakey work out there. It's just impressive to watch, but I really want to see them work the points a little bit more. If they can get some shots from outside, look for those deflections. Jakey and Shrevin have the hands to be able to not only get those deflections and rebounds, but they're going to be able to move the puck back and forth. And if you can make the goalie go side to side, you're going to open up a lot of space.
Absolutely. Folks, stay tuned to this one. It's turned into a barn burner. Panthers 3, Hawks 2. We will be back with the third and final period. Do not go anywhere. You're watching Oregon Panthers boys hockey on OCA Media. back, everyone. Zach Seeloft and Graychuk with you on OCA Media's coverage of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. We're just about ready to start the third and final period. The Panthers up 3-2 thanks to an Andrew Jakey hat trick. But they were up 2-0 going into the second, and 2 power play goals for the Hawks bring them back into this game. And Dan, we talked about Oregon after the first period looked like such a complete team. In the second period, we saw a couple of problems. One of them being penalties, which we have seen from Oregon in the past. The other being an inexperienced goaltender, and I think both of those power play goals kind of exploited that fact. Third period here, your Oregon first shift. What do you have to do to set the tone and get the win?
You got to come out hard, and you can't have it be one person trying to do it all. They've got to capture the zone and move that puck around and get some good looks coming in. Otherwise, if it's just a one and done or they get the cover for a faceoff, you take away some of that speed and momentum. So they've really got to do a good job of making sure that they're getting better control on the power play. And again, they really need to get a goal here. My concern is that we were talking off air, is if they come out too hard and too much pressure forward, either give up something the other way or take a bad penalty. Because if either of those things happen, that's going to create more scoring chances. And the Hawks look like they found their legs in that second period. Not as much control as I think they would like, but they were able to get some good shots and test Couillard. And he did play an incredible period. He had to make some good, hard saves. But if they get rolling, that's going to be a problem.
If you're the Hawks, too, we talked about the 2 power play goals, and they look good on the power play. I don't want to make it sound like Couillard just laid down. By any means, they set up a nice power play. They got some good looks. They didn't get many good looks, though, at even strength. What do they need to do in this third period to try and take away some of Oregon's possession and also generate some good scoring chances of their own when they're 5-on-5?
It's their breakout. They've got to get through the neutral zone and capture the offensive zone. They're not carrying it well, so they need to start dumping it in. The problem with that is the ferocity of the Panthers' forecheck and backcheck is ridiculous. They're beating Hawks to pucks that they have no business beating them to. And that's going to be a problem. They need better control through the neutral zone and clear-cut scoring chances, which they're not seeing. We saw in their power plays, they get great puck movement, they work the points. Couillard did not see that first power play goal go in. He didn't see it. There was too much activity in front of him, and that's where they're going to have to capitalize.
James Shrevin, Andrew Jakey, Easton Linder. There are so many other names we could talk about, but those 3 guys feel like they have just been on another level tonight. They have put on an absolute show, skating, stick handling, back checking, defending. Even though they're all forwards, we've seen them play some nice job on the defensive end. But we've also seen them, I feel like, at times look a little bit worn out because we've definitely seen them double shifted. They've been out there a lot of ice time. Do you keep pushing them hard if you coach Larry Clemens, or do you try and mix it up a little bit more in terms of lines on this third period?
I think you keep pushing them. You've got a player out here with a hat trick right now, but for me, my money's still on Shrevin. He has been a pest to everybody out there that isn't in an Oregon jersey, and he just doesn't seem gassed. He looks like he could skate another 3 periods. So yeah, I think you push them and give them that opportunity to make it 4-2.
Face-off to get us started in the third and final period. Panthers up 3-2, and they are also on the power play. 1:37 to go on that power play. But here come the Hawks with a little bit of a 2-on-1 chance. Nothing doing there. Jakey strips the puck. He'll take it behind the net, and the Panthers will look to get organized on the breakout. Jakey up the left wing side, evades one man, evades a second man. Here he comes to the face-off dot. Rips a shot. No rebound control from Veenendahl. But the Hawks are able to gather it. Boy, that was a hell of a rip from Andrew Jakey.
Yeah, he's shaking his head a little bit. It caught him right in the lower part of his mask there. And you could hear it all the way up here in the booth.
Here comes Jakey on the rush once again. He's got Linder to his right, now crosses over with him. Here he goes to that same face-off dot. Works his way around and looks for the open man. Nothing doing there, and he drops it up that time to Buskogger. Sends a shot in off the skate of a defensive player for the Hawks. Buskogger, center point, drive, a rising drive that takes the glass behind the net. Panthers with a couple of shots in this, but nothing able to get back behind the goalie. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Now they work it down to Lindert. He's at the near face-off dot. Rifles one in. Again, Veenendahl can't control the rebound, but does make the save. Loose puck for the Hawks. They've got a chance. They can't get it out. Lindert out of midair slows it down enough. And here's Buskogger center point. Jakey, far hash marks on the opposite side. Buskogger tries a one-timer. That one rises again up over the net. Loose puck, and it is cleared out by the Hawks. 17 seconds to go on the power play. The Panthers might get one more rush up the ice if they can hurry. Turning it around, they do try for the headman pass. Work it into the zone, but that's right onto Sanders' stick for the Hawks. He clears it down, and the penalty will end in 4 seconds here. Oh, Couillard a little bit living dangerously there as he takes pressure from Gavin Sell. But the penalty expires. Both teams at full strength. A nice kill from the Hawks, but some nice opportunities for the Panthers as well.
Yeah, great puck movement from the Panthers and getting it to the point, get some shots from far out.
Here comes Jakey. Jakey cuts across. Backhand shot is turned away. I think he thought that went in, but it somehow did not. No score. And the Panthers
Great
nearly
save.
up 4-2. What a job by Veenendahl. Hawks looking to break one out as the Panthers look to get a change here. Pick up a little speed for Sell, and instead the puck is stripped away from it. Swing over the top, and now here's a chance for Shrevin, who we've talked about. His shot is off the stick. That one sounded like it caught the full board of the stick for Veenendahl. He's been great in this period, and he's faced some opportunities. Top of the circle, a shot and a save. Loose puck and shoved to the ice. Wanting a call there was number 19, Ethan Dish, who got, if not butt-ended, certainly sticked to the ice. The referee declines to issue the penalty, and we will take a face-off in the Hawk zone.
Yeah, Sell was a little more physical there. I think that was a smart no call because I don't think it was a penalty. But it looks like Veenendahl is checking his mask there.
I don't blame him. That one from Jakey, it's deceptive because he has a very quick release, but he had some mustard on that shot.
Yeah, which is why that break that he had in, that right leg pad of Veenendahl was just money.
Hawks have the puck in their own zone. Nice little turnaround maneuver, and they'll bring it up the far wall. A little bit too strong, though, and it's Jack Clunn that picks it up, drops it to the players' bench area. Veenendahl playing the puck, leaves it for his teammates, and they'll move it up the near side. 14-13 to go in the game. Panthers up 3-2. Unable to convert on the power play that held over from the second period. Now we're playing at 5-on-5. Good little... Oh, I thought Clunn had hold it, but the linesman right there, or the referee acting as the linesman, he whistles the offsides and will take the neutralized faceoff.
Yeah, I thought that was an onside play there too. Again, good work along the boards from the Panthers. They gotten some good looks so far early on, even after the power play. But again, the Hawks seem to have found their footing.
First line out there for the Panthers, Jakey, Lindert. Lindert trying to grab this one. He does have it behind the blue line, and now he'll dump that one in. Trying to work his way around a man, he doesn't. Lindert down low, though, can't turn on the puck, and now has to fight for it once more in the corner. Slopped into the slot. Jakey not able to grab it there. Nice job to hold at the blue line, and then another whistle for an offside. And I have to say, the referee is standing a couple of paces back from the blue line. I think the parallax there might have gotten him. We'll take the offsides, though, and the neutralized faceoff.
Yeah, again, I disagree with that one. I don't think it was offsides, but that's why he wears the stripes and we wear the helmets, the headsets.
We've got our headsets on, and we are so glad to be with you here on OCA Media. Thanks for joining us, folks, and supporting high school athletics here in the community. 13:30 to play in the third and final period. Panthers up 3-2 in the Hawk zone. It's held by Lindert. Lindert around a couple of men. A backhanded shot comes towards Veenendahl. Boy, that is one of those that can fool a goaltender. You're not expecting that one to come towards you. Give credit to Veenendahl for making that stop.
Yeah, that was a weird one coming in. And another thing I'm noticing from the Hawks, we're hearing a lot of talk from the bench, and we're not hearing a lot of talk on the ice, and it seems like some miscommunication is foiling some of their breakout attempts.
Face-off in the Hawk zone, they do control. They'll try and send it high along the glass and get it out, and now they've got an opportunity for a 2-on-1 break, and we get a whistle behind the
Interference.
Play. Interference is the call. Boy, the Hawks do not like it, but the referee right on top of it whistled as Gavin Sell. He was who we talked about just a moment ago, who had the contact on Ethan Dish. Now Sell does go to the box for interference. Panthers with their second power play opportunity of the night.
Yeah, I got to be honest, I didn't see that one happen down low. I was watching that 2-on-1 break this way. But again, another golden opportunity for the Panthers to take control in this period. And right now, it could go either way.
Face-off is won by the Hawks back behind their own net. Nice attempt to get it clear is ended by a big body check there. They cannot break it out. The Panthers send it down low. Low angle shot is eaten up by Veenendahl. His position absolutely perfect. There was nowhere for that shot to go.
Yeah, no, he's been absolutely focused, and when he's seeing that puck, he's able to get in position to make the save. The goals that Janke has had have just been some good moves and great offensive work that have let those go in.
Minute 48 on the power play, 13:05 to go in the game. The Panthers are up 3-2, and they're up a skater here. Working their way down, send it beneath the net. Trying to dig it off the wall there. Chasing after it is Karasek. Panthers with it now. Zerowik, a low angle shot is deflected up and into the safety netting. Minute and 30 seconds left on the Panther power play. They're up 3-2.
Yeah, I'm looking at their power play formation, and they're keeping one guy back at the blue line, and all four are collapsing down. It doesn't look like they're getting the same kind of rotation that you would normally see in a power play, but they're getting those chances down low, and it's being effective.
Jakey, Lindert, and Rotier out there for the forwards. Buskogger and Karasek for the defenders. And this one is won by the Hawks and St. Clair. The first time they're able to send it down, and Buskogger's all alone. He's going to pick that one up behind his own net. Oh, a little miscommunication. He wanted one, a slap shot, and it ends up off of an Oregon player and goes wide, but Panthers give up a shorthanded opportunity thanks to a miscommunication trying to break out of their zone. Buskogger again in his own territory. 12:20 to play in the game. 1:03 to go on the power play. Panthers trying to get something going. Picking up speed is Jakey along the right wing side. Here comes Andrew Jakey. Face-off dot. A low shot to the 5-hole, and it just does trap under the pads. Vienendahl able to get him down in time and just pin it to the ice.
Yeah, he looked like he tried to draw him to the other side, and it almost worked. Jenkins' release is very deceptive. And he gets so much power on it, and that one stayed nice and low and almost buried it.
53 seconds on the power play. Panthers briefly win the face-off, but now up against the wall, nobody with control. 12:04 to go in this game. Panthers up 3-2. Loose puck in center, grabbed by the Hawks, but they can't get it clear. Here's Buskogger all the way across to the face-off dot. That shot is hard off of number 15, Sawyer Brunklick. But the Panthers retain possession. Loose puck, Brunklick fighting for it. He's able to knock it clear. Panthers will grab the loose puck, but their offsides have to check up here. Hawks have it with 24 seconds to go on this power play. They loft one down, trying to be played with the high stick. That was played with the high stick, and so we will get the whistle. Reaching up for it is Easton Lindert, and that's one of those reaction plays where your instinct is to go for it. In that case, though, much better to let it go and let your team try and get something out of it. With just 18 seconds, now you have to face it off in your own zone. 18 seconds on the power play.
Yeah, it's weird sometimes how that happens when it's just going and you know that you shouldn't do it, but it's just that instinct that's going to happen. But this has been a great kill so far from the Hawks. However, the Panthers have seen some good opportunities.
Shreven in the face-off dot for Oregon. Trying to dig this one out. Panthers looking to move forward. 14 seconds on the power play. Here they come the other way. Hawks rifle it back in. Take advantage of the momentary looseness of the puck. And that should just about do it with 4 seconds left on the power play. Oregon trying to get a breakout here. The pass is a bit long, and both teams are full strength. As coming out of the penalty bench is Gavin Sell. Hawks control. They'll look to find Sell on the blue line. Instead, they'll just bring it straight up and dump it. Brennan Sanders, the captain, putting it forward into Oregon territory. Sanders now got an opportunity. Low angle, and Couillard perfectly adhered to that near post and makes the stop.
Yeah, and that's a little harder of a save than you may think. You've got to really push into that far post, and he didn't give up any daylight. I think he'd like to look back up again, because at Sanders' look, he had two guys moving down the middle that he could have gone to. But again, smart play to put it on net, just a better save by Couillard.
10:59 to play in this game. Panthers up 3-2. We're at even strength as Oregon picks up the faceoff in their own zone. Jakey going to try and pick this one up. He does push it past the defenseman. Takes it all the way into the right wing corner. Backhand pass does find an intended target in the person of Andrew Yachman. But the loose puck gathered by the Hawks up towards the point, and now we have a whistle behind the play again. High sticking is the call. I didn't see, though, who the guilty party is. It looks like it's going to be Andrew Jakey based on how he's skating.
It's just weird because nobody touched the...
I think this is a high sticking penalty. Yeah, so Jakey, guilty of high stick, and unfortunately, just like the last play, we're following the puck up here. That happens well behind the play. And so the Panthers go on the penalty kill, and these have been an adventure to say the least with 10:40 to go in this game.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Couillard here. He's got to stay strong and keep a good eye line, and the Panthers have to get it out.
Face-off won by the Wolves. A shot and a save, and just shrugging the shoulder in time is Nicholas Couillard. A tremendous stop there from the goaltender, getting his first game action on the Oregon varsity team. Here's Shreven shorthanded. Knocked off the puck, and turning around the other way are the Hawks with 1:42 to go on their power play. Drew Burr, the freshman, bringing it up. Tapped off his stick, but it works its way down in traffic and brought forward by Rhett Schweitzer, the alternate captain. Ribbed up to the point. Shreven able to get the clear. A nice job from James Shreven. Talented power player and penalty killer. What a shot! 2 shots that time from Isaac Rotier. Short-handed opportunities and a little bit of lackadaisical play from Veenendahl.
Yeah, which has been uncharacteristic in this game.
And here's Shreven now. Shreven picks off the pass, and he's going to skate around and just kill time. 1:11 to go. He's got an open look from the slot. Veenendahl holds it and puts it off for his teammates to try and break out on the power play. Panthers now with 3 short-handed shots already on this penalty kill attempt. Working the way through traffic is Burr. Drops it off that time for Sell. Sell gets a shot on, and it is very nicely covered by Couillard, recognizing a lot of traffic in front, immediately elects to freeze that one.
And that was good work breaking in, good control, good communication. That would save a little bit of goal by Couillard. He did not see that until it was probably 1.5 feet in front of him. Great position.
Face off in the Panther zone. 52 seconds left on the Hawks power play. This one is won by the Hawks. They'll take it back to the point and look to set up. Top of the circle. Get a quick shot. Doesn't go anywhere as it's deflected away by his own man. Panthers looking to clear it out the zone. Here's Easton Linder. Linder can't flick it past the defense, but a second effort does make it clear. Now they've got a 2-on-2 chance if they hurry. Ethan Dish from the face-off dot. A nice stick save by Veenendahl. Dish, though, still fighting for this puck. 30 seconds to go on the Hawks power play. Now they've got numbers as they look to move forward. Bringing it ahead that time is Jake Oman. Curls around and looks to set up at the center point. Wind and a drive, well wide of the cage. 8:58 to play in the game, 15 seconds left on the power play. Panthers still up 3-2. A quick slap shot from the top of the circle, that time by Brunklick, but his shot also wide. Panthers with 5 seconds left to go on this penalty kill. Trying to dig the puck out of the wall. It remains there, now set up towards the point. Both teams are full strength. Brunklick ties the one-timer, but he fouls it off back toward the blue line. 8:35 to go in this game. The Panthers still lead 3-2. Oregon looking to break out of their own zone, and here they come on the rush. Look for a headman towards Jakey. The puck out of midair. Jakey's going to have an opportunity, as does Linder. At the point, Panthers can't hold. They'll have to check up on the delayed offsides. 8:18 to go now as the Hawks look to get an offensive opportunity. It's Ben Peavy that dumps it in. Panthers will give chase back behind their own net. Jack Klund for Oregon. Up along the boards finds Shreven. Linder, cross ice. There's Jakey. Off his stick a little bit too strong. High glass pass though, and here's Shreven once more. Shreven is all alone in front of the goal. Trying to get the shot on. It rolls off the toe and ends up wide. Backhand from Shreven. Second chance does not get through. The intervention of the stick of Sam Fisher, the only thing that saved a goal there. 7:45 to play in the third and final period. The Panthers buzzing up 3-2. Puck along the near side. Both teams look gassed. This has been a long shift for Oregon and for Baldwin-Woodville. 7:35 to go as the puck comes off the wall. Tapped down low and wisely covered up by Veenendahl to get his very tired skaters a chance to change out.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Shreven got the shot. It went off the toe pad, or the toe of Veenendahl on that near side. Again, he's just been everywhere, and Veenendahl just stretched it out enough.
7.5 minutes left to play in this game. Here's Shreven once more to the faceoff dot. Finally has the puck taken away from him, and here comes Drew Burr. Tapped out of midair by the Hawks. Panthers, though, tap it towards the blue line. Held in by Burr once more. Working his way forward is Schweitzer. Stolen away by the Panthers, and they'll look to stretch the opposite direction. Dump that one in, and they'll go for a change. 7:10 to play in the third. Big collision back behind the net. Shreven holds his feet, though, and the Panthers hold the puck in the Hawks zone. Battle along the boards and fighting forward is Oregon. Here's Linder, tapped off his stick by an active work from the Hawks. And the Panthers can't chop it, but coming right off the bench is Jack Klund, and he dumps it right back in for Oregon. 6:45 to go in the third and final period. Panthers up 3-2. A long stretch pass from the Hawks goes well long. Icing will be the call. We'll get a face-off in their zone.
I think one of the most impressive thing I've seen from the Panthers is just great body position. They're putting themselves between the opponent and the puck. That's how they're winning a lot of these battles, and that's just smart hockey. They're getting into areas where it's very difficult for the other team to get to the puck, and that's given them success in the offensive and defensive zone.
Panthers unable to win the faceoff. The Hawks have it, and they're able to tap it out into center ice. Nice work there by Klund, though. Defense of the Panthers, and there's a little fancy footwork move by Easton Linder. Has to turn his way back and look for something coming through center ice. He gets crunched on a double hit. Hawks launch it into Oregon territory where it's picked up by Zerowin. He gets crunched against the board. Physical action from the Hawks, and that's going to be a delayed penalty interference. They call it a cross check, but either way, a very late check delivered by Jack Klund. Just you can tell a retaliatory hit. And unfortunately, that gives the Hawks a golden opportunity. They still trail by only one here, and they're going on to the power play.
And that penalty was drawn just from a good, hard forecheck and not given up along the boards. Bad penalty to take right there. That stick did get up high. So now the Panthers have to kill off another important power play.
6:11 to play in the game, a 2-minute power play coming here. As Oregon sends one, and they've got a shorthanded opportunity, it's Isaac Rotier. Vienendahl gets the cover. Boy, living dangerously there. He looked to throw it right out to his teammate.
And the ref is telling him right now, don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, if I'm giving you the whistle, you can't make me look bad.
Exactly. He's going for that cover. The ref's going to be quick on that whistle. You can't be doing that.
Yep. Shrevin battling on that faceoff dot. Rotier able to chop it into midair. A twirling pirouette move from Shrevin, but it ends up with the Hawks coming forward in the person of Gavin Sell along the right wing side. Can't get past the defense that time of Buskogger. He's been stalwart as a blue liner tonight, and here goes Shrevin now. No icing the call, and Shrevin's got an opportunity. Oregon wants a change, so they're going to get it as Shrevin continues to put pressure, hassling every step of the way. And there he goes again, holding the zone. He'll finally skate off for a change with 1:18 to go on the power play. 5:27 to go. Center point shot is gathered up by Vienendahl, and there's George Karasek putting one in.
Yeah, again, Shrevin just seems to be everywhere, and he's making it difficult for them to carry it out. He's got such speed, and he's got great stick control. He's playing the body right, and it's making it very difficult for them to pull it out, and I think they're calling a timeout.
Yep, I believe they might be. Timeout for the Hawks, and this is certainly the time to take it. This is the best opportunity they're going to have to try and recalibrate, regroup, and figure out what they need to do here. So with 10:36, or at 10:36 in the third, 5:24 left to play, we are going to get a timeout for the Hawks. What do you do here to set up? It's been all Oregon on this penalty kill. They've had a couple of really nice shorthanded looks.
It really has been. What the Hawks need to do is get it deeper in and start working the points. That's where they've had success. The problem is the ferocity along the boards of the Panthers is making it difficult to do that. So they need a clean face-off win. They need to get it in the other zone and start moving it north and south. That's going to give them their best opportunity and give them the best looks to try and get something past Couillard, because he has been playing great since those 2 goals, and it's very difficult to beat him in any easy way, because there isn't an easy way to beat him at this point.
I have to say, I like how aggressive Oregon is on the shorthanded opportunities. I think a lot of teams are very hesitant to commit offensive players when you've got a shorthanded rush. That's not true of the Panthers, and it has paid off for them, not just in scoring opportunities, but in time off the penalty clock as well.
Absolutely, but when you have players like Shrevin and Janke who seem to have legs for days, it makes it easier to do that because they are back checking. There's no lazy shift out there that I have seen at all from either the Panthers or the Hawks. So when you can kill a penalty like that, get some scoring chances, that's what you want to do.
1:13 left on the power play, 5:24 left in the game. The Panthers are up 3-2 here on the Baldwin-Woodville Hawks. Hawks win the faceoff in their own zone. Look to get it out, and there's Shrevin ever present. He does not let him get it. He gets ridden to the ice, but the puck ends up coming back his way, and here he comes once more, putting it down. Whips it towards the point, continues the active stick. 57 seconds to go on the power play. The Panthers have held 20 seconds of zone time here. Will not let the Hawks break free, even into neutral ice. Slip it down to the ice, and the Panthers are able to shotgun it right back in off the stick of Karasek. 45 seconds to go on the power play as Sanders looks to get his team set up for a rush up the ice. Finds a headman pass, it's Gavin Sell. Sell on the right wing side. Good defense by the Panthers, don't let him get in position, and a tap there, and here comes Shrevin. James Shrevin has got a step. It's just Sanders to beat. He works his way to the hash marks. Backhand and a score! James Shrevin after 2 assists, after making it look great the whole game, Shrevin finds his way to that short-handed backhander, and it is 4-2 Panthers with 4:36 to go in the game.
That goal was made along the boards deep in the defensive zone where he was able to chip that pass to the point and just out hustle, came in and put it tweeters past Enendal. And again, that was just hard work, and he has earned that goal.
George Karasek gets credited with the assist. What a job by James Shrevin, and after a tremendous night, he certainly deserved to get a goal of his own. He finds the shorthander. We're still on a Hawks power play for the next 10 seconds. The Panthers, though, able to get a very decent clear here, and this should just about do it. 4:16 to go in the game, 4-2 the score in favor of Oregon. Baldwin-Woodville looking to break out. Both teams are full strength. Karasek up through the middle, and here comes Andrew Jakey. Jakey's already got 3 on the night. The puck stripped away from him. The Hawks look to move it forward. They can't do it back towards Jakey, but broke it up in the slot. Excellent defensive play from the Hawks there to prevent an easy scoring chance. 3:50 to go in the game as the Hawks want to break out of their own zone. Up along the boards, Panthers challenging, push it back down lower. Beneath the net, working there is Owen Tauschik. Tauschik up towards the point. Hawks not able to get it clear. Bounces back into their zone. Chase Van Rance trying to get it forward. Instead, it'll come to the defense of the Panthers. Up along the boards, but intercepted that time by Dawson Veenendahl, the twin of the goaltender. Swing and a miss. A hard-driven puck that was just wide, but there was open net there to see.
There was all the open net. My mom, who's blind, could have seen the open net on that one.
That one, I believe, comes all the way down for icing.
No, I think they're calling something here.
Yeah, no, this appears to be no, this will be an icing call. I'm surprised at that icing, but I also wasn't tracking the play super well because I was looking back here at Nicholas Couliard. That is the first time we've seen him really out of position, and thankfully the shot just went wide.
Yeah, there was nothing but open net on that side. Great setup, just unable to find it.
Face-off push forward by the Panthers, but at the point, the Hawks hold it. Panthers able to chip it ahead, or hustling after this one is Isaac Rotier. I don't think he'll get there in time. He just does not. Very close, but icing the call once again. 3:02 to go in the game. Panthers up by 2.
Yeah, there's no quit in the Panthers in this period. From any puck I've seen that they're going after, they don't stop. They put their head down, and they're just skating after it. And that's 2 icing calls that were a stride off from being not icings.
Face off in the Panthers zone. The Panthers do end up carrying it away. Bring it forward as Jack Klund. High off the glass, and who else but Shrevin. Shrevin gets there. One-timer from the slot. Second chance off the bottom of the glove. Veenendahl turns away 2 killer opportunities for Oregon. The second one by just millimeters. Hawks move it forward with 2:41 to play. Big collision in center ice as Baldwin-Woodville tries to move it back into the Oregon zone. Panthers fighting for it. They send it into neutral ice, and back defensively for the Hawks is Dawson Veenendahl. Up through the zone, working his way ahead that time is Schweitzer, the alternate captain. Feed toward the slot is denied by the Panther defense. 2:21 to go in this game. Shot from the top of the circle is picked up and gloved, and a penalty for a cross check. Coming up against Oregon, I believe that will be number 20 again, Jack Klund. That's his 3rd penalty of the night.
And now that goal that Shrevin buried is even that much more important. 2:17 left. You can be sure that they're going to pull Veenendahl probably at about the 1 minute 20-second, 1 minute 30-second mark to try and get 2 extra skaters.
So I think he might be coming off right now. I heard shouting from the bench. He's way up by the slots, and he is coming. Here he comes. So it's going to be 6-on-4 for the Hawks as they pull the goalie. But here comes Andrew Jakey with an empty net. 2:08 to go in the game. Jakey's got support. He fires. He scores. The 4th of the night for Andrew Jakey. It's an empty netter. He punctuates a great night for Oregon with the final goal.
I think the coach of the Hawks is going to want that one back. They didn't establish enough control to pull him. And when you've got Jakey out there and you've got Shrevin out there, you better make sure you're getting some control. And again, I think that goal's on the coach, not on the defenders.
Hawks win it. They are still on the power play for 1:45. There are 2 minutes left to go in this game, so only a 15-second difference between the power play clock and the game clock. In the Panther zone, Karasek looking to dig it off the wall. Tries to rim it the other way. It doesn't go anywhere and remains trapped behind the net.
They pulled the goalie again.
They pulled the goalie once again. We're at 6-on-4, and now the Hawks are in good position to take advantage. That puck deflects every which way before ending up in the safety netting. And we will get a face-off in the Oregon zone with 1:39 to go, 1:22 on the one-skater advantage for the Hawks.
And again, this makes a little bit more sense to me when they pulled them when they did, because they had some good control. They've got to make sure they win this face-off. Otherwise, it can be 6-2 very quickly.
Gavin Sell for the Hawks in the face-off dot. He does win it, and here comes a quick shot. It does not get through traffic. James Shrevin able to get that one off, and boy, you got to keep it away from him if you don't want an empty netter. Shrevin working his way around. Instead, it comes back to the Hawks. A shot and a nice stick save covered up off the stick of Dawson Wienendahl. Hawks into the slot. Backhand attempt from Sell, no good. Second chance is a score. Drew Burr, the freshman.
With his second of the night.
It is his second indeed. 1:18 to go. That will end the penalty for Oregon, so we will be even strength once again. 5-3. We're not over yet, folks. 78 ticks left on that clock.
And there's still time for them to be able to pull something off. But what they have to do is win the face-off, get it in deep, get another face-off down low. That'll give them time to get Wienendahl back to the bench. It doesn't look like they're going to keep 6 out from the face-off, which that's bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
This is aggressive. Head coach Lucas Trickle deciding to go hard or go home. The loose puck, though, is gathered up by Shrevin, and we have a whistle for an offside. Shrevin buries it, but the play is whistled offsides. A momentary reprieve. They will have to put the goaltender Wienendahl back in because of the neutralized faceoff. My goodness.
Yeah, you know, center ice faceoffs, when you've got the kind of puck control and power that the Panthers have, keeping your goalie on the bench, questionable. But again, there's still time here.
Yeah, we still have 6 skaters on the ice here for the Hawks. Okay, so we just swapped centers. We don't get the delay of game penalty, which would have really put a capstone on things. 1:09 to go in the game, and now they're going to want to pull the goalie. He's heading off. As they enter, it's Sell. Stops up at the point, loses the puck, but nicely held that time by the goal scorer, Drew Burr. Burr has it knocked off his tape, and here goes Shrevin. That's a delayed penalty coming up. No, it's not. I thought Parter was going to signal the penalty. The Panthers looking to work it around for the empty netter. They're content to just kill time instead. Up 5-3 with 47 seconds to go. It'll be Buskager that takes it for Oregon. Nice high lift off the glass. Sends it back into the defensive zone of the Hawks. Net still empty. 6 skaters for the Hawks. Send one down. No icing is the call as that got past a couple of different players. Buskager in his own near corner. Karasek behind his own net. Skating in is Linder to provide support. He goes for the long empty netter. He misses wide to the right and with 24 seconds to go. It'll be an icing call, and we'll face it off near side of the Oregon zone.
And the Hawks got away with one on the blue line over here because that was not on sides. That was off by about 6 inches. So had they been able to get something going down there, I think Oregon would have definitely had reason to complain.
You send that one to Toronto and see where it was.
I don't trust Toronto. Too many Canadians.
Face-off is won by the Hawks. A quick shot is deflected and does not get through. Boy, they had a look. A wide-open shot is just wide. Oh, man. That looks like the shots you see people take at intermissions at NHL games. You know, win $10,000 if you can make that one. Just missed there.
And I can only make fun of Canadians because there's one sitting next to me. So.
We do not condone anti-Canadian bigotry.
And there's a
OCA
penalty
Media.
against Oregon.
Oh, and we do have an Oregon penalty. It's number 9, Buskager. So we will finish this game on a power play.
Maybe.
For the Hawks.
Maybe.
So they'll have 6-on-4 here. That's true. I suppose if they get the goal, we won't. Face off by the Hawks. It's won by the Hawks. The shot is deflected wide. Didn't hear what the call of the penalty was, but there's only 8 seconds to go. Panthers rip it out. It doesn't quite clear, but here's Shrevin. Can't complete the clear, and now here are the Panthers. And the game will end. The shot goes wide, but it does not matter. Oregon, in their first game of the 2023-2024 season, comes out on top. A 5-3 victory over the visiting Baldwin-Woodville Hawks.
Yeah, it was an impressive game at times. It was a little disorganized at times, but overall, the Panthers looked solidly in control for, I'd say, 2.5 periods of this game. But they still only walked away with a 5-3 win. And I think my biggest concern, one player scored 4 goals. There was a lot of stuff going on that was good, but that's a lot of reliance on one jersey.
Andrew Jakey with the hat trick +1. The final one was an empty netter that he put it away. James Shreven had the other goal, and man, did he have a game. We're going to do what we always do, and there are so many players we could choose, but Dan, you have to pick just one from each team. Who are your stars for the night?
Going with Shreven. Again, when you see a player with 4 goals, that's generally where your mind goes, but Shreven was everywhere. Some of the little things he did along the boards, or cuts, or carrying the puck, just made all the difference and opened up the ice for Janke. And as it stands, Shreven's goal is the game winner. And that ended up being a shorthanded goal. Just great work down low. And on the other end, it's Veenendahl. This game could have been 9-10-3. But Veenendahl stood tall and played one heck of a game out there.
He absolutely did. I like both of those picks. Obviously, I'm going to avoid Andrew Jakey, though, of course, he'd be the obvious choice, because I want to highlight in his first start, Nicholas Couliard. He gave up 3 power play goals in this game. We talked about that first one, which just came through all kinds of traffic and is in no way on him. At even strength, he was perfect. And we saw a lot of extremely encouraging play from a young man who up to this point has not played a varsity minute.
Yeah.
I would not have known that watching him play. I was very impressed by what he had to do. And then for the Baldwin-Woodville Hawks, I like Drew Burke. I like when you have a freshman that can contribute like that, and that's not like grading on a curve. That was a heck of a performance by the young man playing in his first varsity action as well. Not his first, because they had a game before this, but starting the beginning of his varsity career, I thought he looked excellent for them.
Absolutely. Couliard really had to make some big saves and stand up at a time where you didn't know for sure how shaky or confident he was going to be. I think he's going to make a great goaltender this season. I was really surprised with his play and his confidence and his just how at ease he was. Even after 2 power play goals, that made all the difference, I think, for his team. And then on the other side, the Hawks just had a great group. And I'm wondering if Veenendahl out here lost a contact lens.
He does look like he's looking for some contact lens or maybe a mouth guard. We've certainly seen those go down before. All right, and then just as we broadcast our minds forward here, we saw a lot of great things from the Panthers, but they also gave up 3 power play goals in this game. When you look at them coming together in their next contest, which is going to be on the 5th here in Oregon against South Central, what do you want to see differently from them?
Look, anybody will tell you your best penalty killer has to be your goaltender, and he did play great. The 3 goals that were given up, one he did not see, and the other ones were just set up great. So there's not much you can add to it, because it's not like the Panthers weren't ferocious on the penalty kill. They generated how many scoring chances on the kill? So there's not a ton you can improve on other than making sure your goaltender is able to see the shots that are coming in, clear the front of the net. But outside of that, there's not much I could say.
Well, folks, it was a heck of a performance from the Panthers. Andrew Jakey with a hat trick +1. James Shreven adds a shorthanded goal, and the Panthers get the win over the Baldwin-Woodville Hawks 5-3. Thanks so much for joining us here on OCA Media. For our director, Paul Zwicker, and our camera operators, Toby Peterson, and Colin Nettensew, my name is Zach Seeloff. For my partner, Dan Graychuk, saying so long, take care of yourselves, and take care of somebody else. Good night, everybody.